All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the February installment of our First Fridays webinar, designed to provide value-added information for our clients. This is Daryl Groves, and I'm glad that you are able to join us today. We'll be recording today's webinar and we'll make it available later for viewing on our website under the Client Center. The format for our webinar will be as follows. All participant lines will be muted, but questions can be raised during the presentation in the Q&A comment box to the left. We'll make every effort to answer questions during the Q&A session. Any additional questions will be answered offline. We'll also be using polling questions as a means to gather information from our audience. As always, you are more than welcome to set up a one-on-one meeting to cover additional questions or concerns that you may have regarding your tax accounting and other financial management needs. Our agenda today will be as follows. As we said, we'll have the welcome and introduction. We're going to have a segment where we covered our 2017 tax process. And then after that, we will have a Q&A session. And then our second presenter will be Ryan Tran from Bill.com, and he will give us a demonstration of that software. And then we'll follow that up with the Q&A. All right, so DWG CPA is a full-service accounting firm. We provide tax, accounting, and audit solutions for small businesses, nonprofits, and individuals. Our primary goal is to save you time and money. I'm so blessed and truly thankful to be working with a fabulous team of dedicated professionals that are focused every day on providing the best service to our clients. Joe Martinez heads up our accounting team and works diligently to make sure that your financial statements are prepared accurately and timely. Wendy Pineda is our tax lead, and she is focused on coordinating client tax planning throughout the year and ensuring that our annual tax return filing process runs smoothly and efficiently. Simone Duncan and Emma Martinez are on the front line providing accounting and tax support for the team. And finally, Ellen Hughes is our firm administrator managing our accounting, payroll, insurance, etc. Feel free to contact any one of us if you have a question. For those of you who have not yet subscribed, we do offer a free monthly newsletter that features 4 to 5 brief articles each month that are designed to keep you updated year-round on tax updates and information you need to manage your business finances. It's amazing how many times I've received a client question and been able to refer to an article from the newsletter that usually explains an issue in plain English. So if you wanted to subscribe to the newsletter, just simply go to our website at dwgcpatx.com and select subscribe at the top right-hand corner. You'll receive an email asking you to confirm your subscription, and that's it. This will ensure that you stay on top of this will ensure that you stay up to date and may spark a question or two. So just know that we're here to help. We're also on social media, and you can get more frequent updates by liking our page on Facebook, following us on Twitter, or by connecting via LinkedIn. All right, as I mentioned, we will be conducting a few polls throughout the webinar. So here's a test poll to get you warmed up. And some of you will be watching the Super Bowl this weekend. So we want to just see where you think the results will be. We'll take a few minutes to see where everyone. Make that.
I'm going to go ahead and show the results to everyone because it was being blocked.
Okay. So obviously we have a few Falcon fans out there and at least one commercial fan. Nobody thinks Lady Gaga will pull it off. I don't know. She'll do a great job. All right, great. Okay. Get back over here. Okay, so everyone is experienced with the polling. So our first presenter today is Wendy Pineda. As I mentioned earlier, Wendy is currently tax lead with our firm and has been working with us since October of 2012. She has a Bachelor's of Business Administration and Accounting from the University of Houston and a Master's of Science in Accounting from Prairie View A&M University. She is an active member of the Houston CPA Society, serving as Vice Chair of the Young Professionals Committee. According to her connections in LinkedIn, her top skills are financial reporting, accounts payable, account reconciliation, and accounts receivable. Wendy also has experience with the Houston Marathon and MS 150 up close and personal, but we managed to work that out of her system. So Wendy, welcome and good morning.
Good morning. Let me just take over as the presenter. Good morning, everyone. As Daryl mentioned, I am Wendy Pineda, and I'll be going over the 2017 tax process. So last year we introduced Intuit Link to our clients, and we received a lot of positive feedback. This year we will be using it again in hopes that it will continue to streamline the process from beginning to end. For those that have not used it before, Intuit Link is an online portal that makes it easy to upload tax documents and data. It is simple, it's fast, and it's efficient. And it can also be used with any device, so any smartphone, a tablet, an iPad, a computer, a laptop. It can be used with any of them. And most importantly, it has bank-level security. You can, with your phone, with any smartphone, you can just snap a picture of your documents and upload it to Intuit Link, or you can connect directly to your financial institution and it'll import it, so that we can have it. So for the tax process, first, if you're a new client, we're going to email you an invite to Intuit Link. If you're a returning user, we'll send you a welcome letter to let you know that the questionnaire is out there and it's ready. In the email that you receive, or the welcome letter, it'll have a button on the bottom, like the one you see on your screen. And if you click on that button, it'll take you directly to the site. Once you log in, you may be prompted to update your password or to enter a phone number, but then you will be ready. You'll be ready to get started. So then you'll need to sign the engagement letter. The engagement letter is a written agreement, and it defines the services that are to be provided. So make sure when you're there, you take a moment to read it, and you'll sign your name at the bottom on that little red box. You'll sign it there. And then next, Intuit Link will give you some to-dos. And so you'll just go through the to-dos, and that blue circle right here, that blue circle will start turning green once you start completing things. And at any point where you feel that you're complete, you can hit the I'm done button, and it'll send us an email to let us know that you're ready for us to begin working on the return. At this point, DWG will start with the tax prep. So Emma will reach out to you, and she'll let you know that your return is going to begin to be prepared. And if during this tax prep there are any questions, she'll reach out to you. After it's completed, it will then go through a formal review. And once it is ready, we're going to upload it back to Intuit Link so that you can see it. At this point, we want to meet with you to review the return. Our preference is to have a Skype call so that we can both be looking at the same page on the return. But other clients prefer a phone calls, but Skype calls is usually our preference so that we're both on the same page and we know exactly what page we're on. Then we'll ask you to sign the 8879. So the form 8879, on the top left-hand corner, it'll say it is actually form 8879. This form is what gives DWG the authorization to e-file your return. If we do not have this form, we cannot submit a return to the IRS. So it's very important that we have this form signed. And then once we get that, we'll be able to e-file the return. So before I go into a live demo of Intuit Link, we're going to have a quick poll question. So if you can, okay. So how user-friendly did you find Intuit Link to be? And then we have the answers: extremely easy, a bit difficult at first, but I got the hang of it. It was very difficult. It says it was very difficult twice. Sorry about that. And then you can also choose not to vote if you have not used Intuit Link in the past. So it looks like we have a couple of responses there. Okay, so we're kind of tied with extremely easy and a bit difficult at first, but I got the hang of it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I will present the Intuit Link on my desktop. Okay. Okay, so when you log in to Intuit Link, you're going to see something like you're seeing right now. And if we prepare your business and your personal return, you're going to want to go to the profile. On the profile, by the way, this is a fake profile, Sally Taxpayer. We're not showing people's personal information out there. So on Sally Taxpayer, she has right here, it'll show that she has her personal return and her business return. And so you can switch back and forth between the two of them so you can answer your to-dos. So for her business return, she has 5 outstanding questions. And for her personal return, she has 27 outstanding questions. If we're also doing multiple years, that's also something that you can switch the tax year right here. And so you can go to see if you have any questions for a previous year, which she does not. So let's go back to 2016 and let's look at her business return. So if we want to get started, we'll go back to the to-dos and we'll go to continue to-dos. So the first thing that's going to pop up, it's the engagement letter. We cannot start your business return or your personal return if we do not have a saved engagement letter. So right here, you'll go in and you'll type your name, Sally Taxpayer. And then we have the option to download it if we want to download it as a PDF, and then decline and we accept. So once that's done, we're now able to go to the rest of the questions. So we'd go ahead and read through them, and it's a yes or no. If the answer is yes, and we'd want to add more information to that. Or we can skip any questions we do not know right now, but we'll find out later. And it's the same thing if we have something on our personal side. On the personal side, I click Continue To-Dos, start the engagement letter. Let me sign her name. And then, keep going. If at any point you're stuck or you're not sure how to answer a question, you can easily ask us a question here. And so you can start asking a question, and then we'll get a message about it. So once we get a message, we'll be able to see. You can write anything you wish if you have a question about it. You can send it to us and we'll be able to respond. Someone from the company will log in. We're logging in every day, and so someone will respond to you within the 24 hours to make sure that you get everything answered. Once you're working here and you see your, how your wheel is doing, if If you're just completely stuck, you can hit I'm stuck. Or if you believe that you're done, you can hit I'm done. It's up to you. Once you feel like you have all the documents, if you have, like you have the W-2s that you want to add, you can add documents here. And so let's say we want to add the W-2. We click this attachment, and you can either connect to your employer or you can upload it. So I'll click to upload and go to my desktop. And I have a W-2 that I had saved on there. And so I just click it and it'll upload it to me. And so then we should be ready to go. And we can go on to the next question. Okay, so that's how Intuit Link works on here. Let me go back to the presentation. Okay.
So Wendy, I have a quick question. I guess we can do that question in the
Yes.
Q&A. But can you use your mobile phone with Intuit Link?
Yes, as I mentioned near the beginning, you can use your mobile phone, you can use your iPad, you can use any sort of tablet, your computer, your laptop, any of that to actually upload your documents or answer any questions on Intuit Link. It is very user-friendly, so you can use any of that, correct? Okay, that was the poll question that we used. Okay, so for the DWG tax process, first we want to complete your business return, because unless you have a C corporation, your business return feeds into your personal return. It also has an earlier due date. And so here are some of the things that we ask in order to complete your business return. So we ask that you provide a copy of your balance sheet. So, again, just so you know that this is not an actual client's balance sheet. This is a sample company we have set up in QuickBooks. We do not show your information. So the balance sheet is a statement of assets, liabilities, and capital that a business has in a particular point in time. Also, when we're completing a return, there's a schedule on the return that we need to include your balance sheet into it. So that is why we ask for your balance sheet for the entire year. We also ask that you provide us a copy of your income statement or the profit and loss. And so an income statement, it's a financial statement that reports the company's performance over a specific accounting period. So we ask that you provide it to us from January through December. It has all the income earned, and it has all of your expenses broken down into categories. And so that's what we will use to prepare your return. We also ask that you provide us a general ledger and an adjusted trial balance. The general ledger has the details of everything that is included in the profit and loss and in the balance sheet, and it allows us to make sure to see that your transactions are in the right account. Sometimes some transactions might go into the wrong accounts, so the general ledger is what allows us to be able to see that everything is correct. And the adjusted trial balance, that is that's a work paper that we use to prepare the actual return. And that's where we get the adjusting journal entries that at the end go back onto your books. So those are the 4 reports that we ask in order to complete your business tax return. And once it is done, then we move on to your personal return. For the personal return, we ask a lot more questions, but I'm only going to go through a couple of them. Some of them are like, did you move throughout the year? And so that's a pretty easy question. There's also, did you get married, or did your marital status change? Also a pretty easy question. But then we have some that, like if you had child or dependency care expenses, there's certain things that we look for. So it's not just a yes or a no. We need something that has either the name or the company of of who took care of your child. So if it's a person, we would need their name, and we would also need their social security number. If it's a company, then we would need the company's name and the EIN. We'd also need the total amount paid for the year and the address. Next is if you donated money, clothes, cars, or stock. Again, it's not just a yes or no question. So if you donated cash, we would need the amount that you donated and the name of the 501c3 that you donated. I know right now GoFundMes are really popular, but a lot of the GoFundMes are actually not 501c3s. So if you donated to a GoFundMe account, we would need to make sure that what you donated to is actually a 501c3 and it's not just a person. And then if you donated goods, we would need something like this. We would need something that shows the tax year and the receipt value or the fair market value. We would want to know the date that you made the donation and what items you actually donated. So like right here it has jackets and sweaters, dishes, an old computer. So these things, they are valued at this amount. So we would need to know the fair market value of when the items were donated and not exactly what you paid for them. That's not going to be the value of the donation. If you had this has been kind of tough for a lot of people because the healthcare questions are new. So if you or your dependents had healthcare the entire year, we would need to have some sort of proof or documentation that you had healthcare. So this example here is a 1095A, and you would get a 1095A if you had healthcare through the marketplace. Now, when you have healthcare through the marketplace, a lot of the times they don't send you the actual 1095. A lot of the times it is saved on a portal that you would have to go in and you'd actually have to look for it or download it yourself. If you have a 1095B or a 1095C, that insurance is usually through your job or you personally have it, and they should send those out to you. And if they send those out, those start getting sent out around mid-February. So just be on the lookout, and it will have, a 1095 on the top left-hand corner. And so that's something that we would need to have. And then we ask a question of, did you have any significant medical expenses in 2015? So the reason that we ask significant medical expenses is because the IRS only allows you to deduct qualified medical expenses that exceed 10% of your gross income. So we wouldn't want you to go around looking for all of your receipts if you don't think you're going to be able to deduct them. So if you think you're about to meet that threshold, then that's when we kind of start asking more questions and want to get not exactly receipts, but like the totals of what you spent throughout the year. The only caveat is if you're over the age of 65, then that limit of that 10% limit gets dropped down to 7.5. And so then again, so if you exceed 7.5% in expenses, then we would ask for, what the totals were. One of the questions is if you started or operated a business throughout the year. So if you have a Schedule C, if you're a contract employee, that's something that we would need to know the income or expenses. If this is the first year that you started the business or you're a new client with us, we would need to know the general business data. We would need to know like the name of the business, the EIN, what type of business it is. Are you selling something or are you in the service industry? We would need to know the income for the year and the expenses for the year, similar to the profit and loss broken down by class. If you use a vehicle or have a home office, that's those would be additional questions that we would ask, because if you use a vehicle, we might be looking for the mileage, and if you had a home office, we'll be looking for, like your utilities expenses for the years and things like that. But all of those questions, everything for your business return and everything for your personal return, those can all be found on Intuit Link. And so just don't forget that at any point during the process, if you have questions or are lost, you can just feel free to hit the I'm stuck button. You can click on that one and it'll send us a message. And so we'll know that somebody needs to reach out to you. And then also, once you're done, don't forget to hit the I'm done button, because at that point it sends us a message to let us know you can begin working on this return. And we're going to have one more poll before we open up the Q&A section. So when it comes to discussing your return, do you prefer to do it over the phone, on Skype, discussing it through email, or in person? So we'll just give that a couple more seconds. So right now it looks as though over the phone and on Skype is tied. Okay. So let me... And now, are there any questions?
Yeah, I don't see any questions out there right now, Wendy. So definitely want to thank you for doing that. I know that's sometimes a lot of the questions we get throughout the tax season end up focusing on Intuit Link. One thing to reiterate about that tool is that we try to balance out between asking too many questions and then making it simple to use. And so if there's something that you think might be tax related that maybe we didn't ask about, it is okay. There's definitely a section where you can add documents or make comments at the very end. And so, or just give us a call and just say, to talk about it. The purpose of Intuit Link is just to prompt you to think about those things that might be tax related for the year.
Daryl, this is Alan. I just wanted to see if Wendy could clarify. We have a couple of attendees today who are regular accounting clients. Those documents you mentioned on the business returns, the balance sheet, the general ledger, they technically don't have to provide those because we have access, correct?
Correct. So if you're one of our regular compilation clients, then we will have access to your, whether it's your QuickBooks Online or your QuickBooks Desktop. And so at that point, we will be able to, once we're done closing out your year, we'll be able to get those documents. We'll be able to get the balance sheet, the trial balance, general ledger, and the profit and loss. We'll be able to get that. It's if you're not our regular client, or if you just come to us for the tax return, then that's something that we ask that you provide for us.
Right. And for those monthly or quarterly financial statement clients, we should also mention that at year end or in the December reports that you get, there will be client review notes. And if there are things that are listed there that need to be cleared up, we need to clear those things before we start on the return. So it's very important that you take a look at those December reports and see what questions. We will be reaching out to you though, if there are items that need to be cleared, but just want to bring that to your attention. Okay. All right. Well, if you think of questions later, you can go ahead and bring those up. We're going to go ahead and start with our next presenter. So our second presenter today is Ryan Tran. Ryan has been with Bill.com since November of 2013. Prior to coming to Bill.com, Ryan worked at one of the top 5 banks in the U.S., Citibank, or is it now Citigroup? But where he helped acquire business clients and increase asset acquisition in several locations. Ryan has been in the accounting channel for the last 2 years, where he has helped accounting firms grow and increase usage with their clients by helping the firm and their clients understand the value of Bill.com and where it can help increase efficiencies. Ryan is an alum of University of California, Davis, and can often be found in the San Francisco Bay Area. According to his connections in LinkedIn, his top skills are banking, sales, leadership, and customer service. So Ryan, welcome and good morning.
Thank you so much, Daryl, for inviting me here today. I'm very honored and privileged to be here at your monthly webinar. And thank you, everybody, for Ellen and Wendy for putting this all together. And thank you for all the people who've joined for today's webinar. And again, my name's Ryan Tran with the accounting channel here at Bill.com. And wow, and it's a little cold this morning, so sorry. I might have to kind of move around a little bit to warm up. But yeah, so I'm going to introduce you today to Bill.com here and how to streamline your business payments. And so, and we're based down here in the Bay Area. And the one thing I'd like to see is what's on your mind for in terms of your business. You know, are you, you have dealing with a lot of paper, a lot of manual processes. Are you the one waiting for that paper invoice to come to your desk to review and sign? Are you or waiting for that check to come over and you can review and approve it and sign it and get it sent out? Or have you ever gotten, you signed the check and went out and you ever gotten that phone call from an angry vendor? Where's my money? I sent you that invoice. Yeah.
Excuse me, Ryan. I'm
yes.
sorry. Yeah, can you go ahead? You can go ahead and take over as presenter.
Okay.
At the very top. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that, everybody. There we go.
All right. All right.
All right.
Great.
There we go. And so again, streamlining. And this was just what was on your mind that I was asking all the questions earlier. Pretty much efficiencies and payables. You're lacking that at the moment. A lot of time wasted and stuff. And again, payments going out. It went out the door, and pretty much it went out the door. Don't know where it went, if it ever got to the vendor or not. And the vendor calls a few weeks later and says, "I never got my payment. I'm canceling your service." If you ever got any of that, and do you feel like you don't have a full understanding of your payables process? You need more control. You don't know what's going on in the whole process, so the level of transparency for this. So, so Bill.com is here to assist you with that. And we streamline the whole process, make it more efficient for you, and you have a lot of internal controls you can implement and transparency. So for today's presentation, I would like to show you all that in Bill.com. But before that, I would like to, if you send up a polling question here. Just wanted to see on average how many hours you spend on a month paying your bills, because it's, as we all understand, paying your bills could be the most exciting part of your day, right? Not really. I'm sorry. It's necessary that we have to pay our bills. We're more concerned about building our business, making it more efficiently, generating revenue for ourselves, making more money and retiring early and, sitting on that beach, watching the waves roll with a little margarita next to you, right? That's all what we want to do. We want to do that while we're young. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. So between 2 and 5, and we got a couple for more than 5 hours. Well, based on that response here with Bill.com, we definitely can help out, because if you're spending more than 2 hours a month or even sometimes a day to handle your pay your bills, so Bill.com will be able to help out on that. So let me take over, and so if I could go to the next slide on this one. All right.
Ryan, I put the presentation back up so you can take over as presenter.
Thank you so much, Wendy there. All right, so let me introduce you to Bill.com. Again, we're going to help streamline efficiency, and Bill.com, we're the leading digital business payment there for small businesses out there. And last fiscal year, we helped our clients move a small amount of money only to pay their bills, just a small amount, $30 billion, so not much, not compared to the national deficit, right, where we at 18 trillion right now. So, but we did help our clients move 30 billion, and we do partnered up with quite a few banks out there to help out with that. And with us, with the clients that we helped over the last fiscal year, they saw greater increase in their efficiencies in terms of processing their payments, control, and then they don't have to worry about their bills getting there on time. They have more focus on their business, which is what you guys are good at, building out your business. That's your passion, to build out and grow your business stuff. So you don't want to worry about the bills. So have Bill.com help out. And basically, we're everywhere. So we're cloud-based, so you can handle Bill.com on your phone if you like to. We're accessible with us. You can access your Bill.com account 24/7, anywhere in the world, I'd like to say, at any time. As long as you have signal on your cell phone, all the information is there. You can access it there, go in there, pay your bills, review payments, whatever you need to do everywhere. So that's our mobility feature that will make it more convenient for you, because in this day and age, everybody is running around. So going here, going there, got to take care of this, got to take care of that. So very busy life, and with business and family involved, you're going to need something that will help manage your payments, making sure everything's done on time and accurate manner. So you don't have all that time to sit at your desk and stuff. So with Bill.com, leveraging our system, you guys will be able to do that, running around busy in your life and take care of your bills and being paid on a timely manner to your vendors. And since we're cloud-based, you probably wonder about what type of securities and controls that we have. Well, we're fully bank vetted. One of our partners, Bank of America, has fully vetted us out, and currently they've been using our platform for their small business clients too. And they basically saw in us our platform and our security in terms of getting us up and running and how efficiently we handle it. So that's why they partner with us. And all of the employees here have to go through the same compliance training, that rigorous training and the reviews, just like as if we're a bank employee. Like your teller that takes your cash every week at the teller line. So we have to go through all that. So here we're complying, we're fully vetted out by the banks, and there are a lot of levels of control inside your account that you can implement for your process here. Have you ever wondered, question, you ever wondered what your clerk does all day? Have you ever wondered, stay out late at night as that clerk might have, how much access they have to your whole payables? Because they probably know your bank account, they probably know your credit cards, they know all your logins, because you're running around doing all this stuff. Well, with Bill.com, we have the internal controls you can implement for approvals, also with the separation of duties for their roles. You can limit their access to everything. So you only want them to do what you pay them to do, is basically take care of the bills. That's about it, on there. So, and for everybody else in the office, you can implement the same rule system to limit their access to the whole process. And lastly, there is a detailed audit trail that is automatically generated inside every Bill.com account. So, and everybody been dinged on an audit report before? I know that, I mean, that's scary. And, you know, Daryl's and his whole team's there to prevent that, but there are sometimes things fall through the cracks, you know, over a whole year, you know. So with Bill.com, you can be, you know, safe, assured that running everything, the payables process to Bill.com, there's an automatic audit trail that's created from receipt to settlement for every single bill for you. So you guys won't have to worry about that when that person with the rolling suitcase comes into your office and says, please open up your books. It's that time of year again. So, all right. Well, so moving on here. Again, I wanted to show a little bit more about the mobility factor here. This is what it looks like. We have an app for the iPhone, for the Android phone, an iPad just came out. So everything, you can handle your whole payables process on at the touch of a couple buttons on your hands. It can be accessed anywhere, and even better yet, you can upload invoices. Well, when you're out there, some vendor gives you, here's your invoice. You can take a picture, upload it into your phone, code the bill right there, route it for approval by your boss, and then get an alert right away and get paid. All at the comforts of your own home, if you like to, because it's, you know, you want to work at home or you know, somewhere, you know, on a nice little island, having fun. And lastly, with the mobility factor, the phone and stuff, no longer are you going to have to chase your boss down for that approval or for them to sign that check. That could be fun, running around town, finding out or calling them, where are you? You need to come back to the office right now to sign some checks. So you don't have to do that anymore with Bill.com. All that is done internally in the app, and they can approve a bill really quickly with your boss on the phone app. Swipe right to approve, swipe left to deny. So pretty much if they argue with you about I'm not very techie, say, well, if you can swipe right, you can swipe left, then you're techie enough, you know, get on the phone. So that's with our phone app. And so you can systematically set up a workflow for your office to handle and efficiently streamline the whole process for payables. You can set up alerts, frequency, different alert settings for each person involved in the process and how frequently they get those alerts. And also recurring, you can set up recurring billing if you need to, and connect to the vendors, and you can make electronic payments versus sending out that check. So it's faster, more secure and stuff. And you have access to our million plus clients on our payment network once you utilize Bill.com. So big vendors, small vendors, whoever, you can pay them electronically versus sending out the checks. The vendors love that. They get paid more quickly, and they have access to the funds right away. So no longer are you going to get that weird phone call that the vendor says, hey, I got your payment, I put it in my bank account, why are you holding the funds in my bank account? So if you ever had that issue, well, we'll help out. Bill.com will help out with the electronic payment right to their bank account, so they don't have to give you that weird call again. All right? And the beauty of it is, in Bill.com, we sync with QuickBooks, both versions, desktop and online. So everything that you do in Bill.com, the bills, the payment stuff, once you sync it back to QuickBooks automatically, everything will be hoarded for you, done. Neat and clean, everything reconciled for you automatically. Very simple, and the sync takes about a couple minutes to do. So you can hit sync, go grab a cup of coffee, come back, everything's reconciled in my QuickBooks. I'm good to go. So on there. All right. And so how do we help improve efficiency? So if you see up at the top here, right here at the top, without Bill.com, the current payables process can be anywhere from a minimum of 8 touches by 5 people. Might take a week, maybe longer, or it could be more than 8 touches. So if you see all this, and that's a lot of time wasted on just paying some bills. I mean, you could be doing other more stuff for the office, taking care of the your boss's business, or if you're the business owner, you could be taking care of growing out your business. So with Bill.com, you're able to accomplish that in 5 touches, 5 people, and take under a day or even less sometimes, depending on the number of deals. It's even maybe even a few minutes. You can get up to the efficiency ratio where I know some people who process 20 bills in 5 minutes within Bill.com. Very great. So with that time savings on there for you. And let me go through here real quick. And how do you do it in Bill.com? Pretty simple. We do it in 4 easy steps. Step 1, route the bills into the Bill.com account via fax, scan, or email, or iPhone, picture with the iPhone or Android. Code it, route it for your boss for approvals. Once they approve it, electronic alert, you go in there and hit the pay button. And this all syncs back. And these 4 simple steps, because we're plugged into a bank account, we've captured the necessary documents, these 4 simple steps will help capture the entire audit trail from receipts to settlement for every bill for you. And you have a lot of internal controls you can implement throughout these 4 steps on who can approve what, who can pay what, and you have that ability there. So, oops, sorry. I'd like to go to my next polling question here, and we got a, question. There we go. So just like to know what method you currently use for your business payment. Right now, paper check, that could be printed up, auto draft, credit card. Ooh, auto draft. I want to see if there's any others. Credit cards. Auto draft, meaning it's auto draft from your bank account. And credit cards there. Oh, I was hoping to see if somebody would choose cash. On that one. Wow.
Yeah.
Got a couple of people for credit cards and great. Okay. Great.
I think the ones with cash are in that all of the above.
All of the above one. On there. Yeah. So everything is set up on there. Yeah. So, great results there. Cool. All right. So let me go back here. So, and adjust it to auto payments. All right. Cool. All right. So let me go back to the presentation here.
Okay, I'm putting the presentation back up, so you should be able to take over.
Thank you. Okay, that was a poll question. Now, with Bill.com, if you look at on this one compared to the accounting system on here, we do have a lot of the benefits that we do have with the Bill.com that you can utilize for your account. It does have unlimited document storage in there, so you have the ability to use it as, your storage facilities for everything other than the bills. You do like a repository if you like on there, and there is the level compared to other stuff, automatic approvals, because if you're going through some messy situation, for example, a lot of the sector that we're seeing a huge increase usage of Bill.com is the nonprofit sector. And the reason why is that is not a lot of bills we understand, but the amount of approvals each bill needs to go through with the board members located everywhere, spread out. Sometimes with the regular way that they're currently doing it, it takes a long time to get things approved. FedExes have to be sent out, or couriers and stuff. But when they implement Bill.com, it's so easy. Approvals you can have 4 approvers approve a bill in a span of a few minutes. If everybody has the mobile app, and it gets, people get auto alerted by our system to approve the bill, and things are going to be done efficiently. They don't have to go around and stuff. And you can set up your approvals through everything. Your approval setting alerts and stuff to different types of preferences, if you like, if you don't like to be bombarded with emails. And so also, we have faster payments in terms of the ACH. It takes 1 to 2 business days. I know that. And The main thing with Bill.com that you want to look at is the efficiency that creates the whole process in terms of your bill pays, the level of transparency you have in your whole process, and the type of controls you need for things to get done. Plus, with the audit feature automatically embedded in there, you'll no longer have to worry about who did what on what bill, when on top of that, the vendors who changed this and what, that changed this address and stuff. So you can go in there, and for the main thing for the accounting part, it keeps your books clean. Things are done automatically reconciled in your accounting software. And again, with the permitted roles and system, you can control and have that separation of duty that you need for your business inside the process. All right. And so that's Bill.com in a nutshell, pretty much. Now I would like to go to see if there's any questions. Let me see.
Ryan, I've got one question. This is Joe. I've got one question. On average, how much time is saved when we begin using Bill.com?
On average, in the beginning, we see typical savings of 50%. So your current process now, however long it takes, we cut it by 50% on there.
Okay, thank you.
And Ryan, I know, I guess if people want to find out more specifically about pricing, what's the best way for them to get that information?
They can contact in terms of pricing. They can contact me, and I can go over pricing for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, and definitely, if there's no other question, we definitely appreciate your presentation. For those of you out there, Ryan has done a few one-on-one type of demonstrations for a few of our clients. One of them is going to be setting up. We're going to be setting them up next week, and he's done a terrific job of laying out the program and how it works. So we really appreciate that, and thank you for your presentation today. And
thank you, Daryl, for having me here today. I really feel, again, I feel privileged and honored to be invited to be here and present Bill.com to your clients today.
All right. Well, and for those of you who have participated and those of you who watch it later on the recording, thank you for your attention and your presence. It's been a pleasure being with you, and we welcome you to contact us with questions anytime. We'd love the opportunity to talk to you about how we can be of service to your business. Next month, we plan to cover retirement planning and QuickBooks Online. We're also planning to host a client appreciation mixer later this month, so be on the lookout for your invitations. So thank you, everyone, and you all have a great weekend, and good luck to whatever Super Bowl team you support.